Driving. What is up? Chris Molina here, and today I want to take you along with me to Rancho Cucamonga. Fun fact, every time I go to Rancho Cucamonga or just even see it, first thing I think about, my mind just goes straight to next Friday. And to be honest with you, I didn't even think it was a real place until I moved down here to SoCal. So yeah, Rancho Cucamonga.
Rancho Cucamongas.
Today we're going to do a drone-based mission out in Rancho Cucamonga, and kind of want to talk to you about that because I've been getting a lot of questions regarding DroneBase and if it still pays well, and you know, how old do you have to be, what kind of drone should you have, what does a mission look like, that sort of thing. So rather than try to answer all of those questions individually, I decided to make a video and talk to you about DroneBase and hopefully answer your questions through this video. So let's go to Rancho Cucamonga.
Rancho Cucamongas.
Well, let me answer that by first telling you that in order to fly for DroneBase, you definitely need your Part 107 license. So in order to qualify for Part 107, you need to be 16 years old. You can get that from one of two ways. You can either study, take the test, and apply for a Part 107 license, or if you are a private pilot and you're current, then you just take a online survey on the FAA website and apply for your Part 107. This is in addition to your Part 61 private pilot certificate, and that's actually what I did. So as far as the test, from what I understand, it's like a watered down version of the private pilot written, but don't quote me on that because I did not take it. All I took was the online survey. It was like a little quiz that you did, and I submitted that along with my paperwork, my IACRA paperwork, to the FSDO with my Part 61 license, and I got my Part 107. So if you are 16 years old, you can either take a test, or if you're a private pilot, you can just take an online quiz and submit your paperwork to the FSDO, and then you know, you get your Part 107. Yes and no. So because of COVID, a lot of my other main clients and jobs were kind of sidelined. And so I had to kind of fall back on real estate and stuff like DroneBase. So every time I get a DroneBase notification, I kind of go through this process of evaluating how worthy that job is. And I usually take, I call it the 3 C's. So one is convenience. If it's convenient, like if it's somewhere, if a DroneBase mission is close to either where I'm at or where I'm going or on the way to another job, then I'll usually consider it. Just like this job that's in Rancho Cucamonga, I have another Rancho Cucamonga job later on this afternoon. It's a real estate job, so I figured I can go ahead and do this job and then head over to that real estate job later. So convenience is definitely one of the key factors that I look at before accepting. Second is going to be complicated. How complicated is the mission? Most of the time, they just want to shoot and upload, and that, I mean, it's pretty easy. But sometimes they want like photos and video, or they want like a full-on mapping job. This job that I'm going to do right now is a mapping job, and so it's going to take a little bit longer. It's a little bit more involved. But that's another thing that I consider when I look at these drone-based missions, is how complicated it is. And then lastly is compensation. Now, compensation usually will override any one of the other two, because if I'm getting paid enough, then I'll more than likely go out and drive out of my way. Compensation is another thing. Oftentimes, like with the big mapping jobs, they usually pay anywhere from like 150 to 250 for those types of jobs. Those are really the 3 things that I consider: is how complicated something is, how convenient it is, and what I'm being compensated. So depends on who the end client is. The client that I'm shooting for today, they will not allow me to shoot anything with a drone older than a Phantom 4 Pro or a Mavic 2 Pro. So no Mavic Airs, no Mavic 1s, and no Phantom 4, just the regular Phantom 4. So, and no Mavic 3, I mean, no Phantom 3s. Definitely no Mavic or Phantom 3s. So, yeah, it just really depends. But I would think you would be safe if you had a Mavic 2 or a Phantom 4 Pro. Just because I think those are, you know, those could pretty much handle a lot of the jobs that DroneBase will give you. Okay, so I just arrived on site. This is the building that we're going to be scanning. Building and parking lot should take around 30 to 45 minutes, give or take. It's just because of the settings that they want and how low we're flying will really dictate how long it's going to take to scan this property. So let's just get going. Okay, so this is the Pix4D app. It's already starting its scan here. Oops. And then once this is done, then I'm going to go ahead and just take pictures of the perimeter, the roof, and the walls, and all that good stuff. And then we should be good to go. Okay, so that was DroneBase, pretty simple. Now I'm gonna go grab some lunch, go to my other job out here,
And Rancho Chocomongos.
then we're gonna head back to the OC. But I wanna thank you guys so much for tuning in. If there was any other questions that I didn't answer in this, I know I just really rushed through this. But if you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Until next time, fly safe and God bless. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.